The Capital City Theater wants you to know that they are still alive.
I'm sure a lot of people are wondering that. Like most arts organizations, they're dealing with the pandemic and trying to do the absolute best they can. This weekend, they're offering a streaming on-demand performance of the two-person musical Daddy Longlegs with a virtual twist.
Our Michael Bruno heads behind the screens to check it out.
Dear Jerusha, I've been meaning to write you for quite some time, but with no success. It felt rather dishonest writing to you as Jervis Pendleton when all your letters were being written to me as Daddy Longlegs. So I put it off. I shouldn't have done, but I did. Your discovery of my connection to Lock Willow has made a confession all the more necessary.
This show has a lot of letters back and forth between the two characters, but they're never really in the same room. So how great is that when you have to do a show where they can't be in the same room? And it's a really pretty score. It was, it was off Broadway I think it started in the late aughts, and then it was off Broadway around 2014, 15.
Such a lot of adventures we're having.
We've explored the country.
For miles and miles.
And I've learned to fish.
With funny little flies.
Made of feathers and twine.
It's the story, as he said, is based in letters, and so it's based in the reading and writing of letters. So there were moments that I was typing out things to Kevin, or thinking about him in the moment, or thinking about something that we had just done. There's not, what's nice about this show is there's not a lot of time that we're actually in the same place, but when there were those times, we had to kind of adjust and use this platform in a different way. So it was quite the experience for sure.
What are you like? Who could you be? 'Cause I have imagined a kindly old man of at least 83.
Truly a collaborative process, which is what I like most about theater anyway. But we had a costume designer, Danielle Silfies, who had to design from afar and coach the actors through their own wardrobes. We had our music director, Evan Lang, who had to work with an orchestra, also remotely recording both the actors in their apartments and homes, as well as the orchestra, actors having to film themselves with the great guidance from Stephen Gifford from PDS, who did our visual editing, and the actors had to become cameramen, cinematographers, lighting designers, audio engineers, all while learning and performing the show in about a week's time.
Mercy, Daddy, isn't New York big? Do you mean to tell me that you actually live in all that confusion?
You're on your own in this room, and you're like Stephen said, you're recording everything, so the pressure was on us. But because of this amazing team, we were able to create something really beautiful, and I was able to kind of hone in on different skills, because you're right, it's almost like filming a feature film. It's really not like a musical where I can play off of Kevin and what he's giving me. We filmed separately, and so crazy experience, but really wonderful.
Just in terms of connecting through very little, in terms of just storytelling, just falling in love with words and investing in people, two people investing in themselves who don't really know each other, and literally just reading and finding some kind of connection. So that's one thing. Second thing is never really being around Kaylee, so not really having a sense of energy or what she's offering to the world, but just kind of living through her voice. Third thing is singing to tracks and things being at certain tempos and being like, you got to sing faster, you got to sing slower, you got to hold the note longer. Kaylee's holding that note, so you've got to cut off when she cuts off. It's been exciting, but it has definitely taught, I think both of us agree, we have learned several new skills on this. So eternally grateful.
I'm curious.
I'm absentee.
What are you like?
You mustn't see the man I am. I'm man I'll never be.
Beautiful music. Michael joins us now. I can't believe they recorded that separately. I thought they would do it at the same time.
It is astonishing how they managed to pull all that together, being in two different cities and having to do everything by themselves, which is like, you know, like they said, they had their own camera person, they had to do their own lighting, they had to do their costuming. It's pretty astonishing that it looks that wonderful. You really think they are in the same place together.
It's just incredible how theater has adapted to the pandemic and what they've gone through to make sure that people can still participate and experience in it. It's inspiring in a lot of ways.
It is inspiring. It's a tribute to all the companies locally and all over, you know, the country, and how they're really adapting to this and still really doing quality productions, but just having to kind of flip it around and turn them into video and almost like mini film musicals, of which this is based on a 1955 movie with Leslie Calhoun and Fred Astaire.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beautiful music. Capital City Theater's Daddy Long Legs, available on demand this weekend. It runs virtually through next Saturday. Virtual tickets cost $20 and can be purchased on the Capital City Theater website. Are we going to try to do this remotely, everybody? 3, 2, 1. It's Friday.
Hey!
Oh, dear.
From our bunker to your bunker, Susan.
We'll all be together soon. We will.
Yeah,
All right. Hi, Jim. Have a great weekend.
Hi, Susan.